Hello and welcome to I Am Geek, and this is episode 108. We're back here with you. I'm Ryan. I'm here with my brother Chris and our good pal Katrin. How you guys doing tonight?
Hey, man.
Woo!
Katrin's ready to go.
How you doing?
Doing fantastic on Friday night. Family's gone, and it's just me.
Oh, partying.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's talking to you guys.
No wonder you seem happy tonight. Wow.
Wow. You gonna play video games all night after this?
Probably, yeah. I do need to mow the lawn in the morning. It will be Saturday. I should have done it tonight, but I kept thinking it's gonna rain. I'm pretty sure it's gonna rain, and it didn't rain. So, guess I'm doing it in the morning, unless it rains. It's so hot right now.
No, it's gonna rain. You're fine.
It probably will.
Yeah, it's gonna rain.
So I'll stay up and play video games all night, like a responsible adult.
Perfect. Yeah.
And if you didn't catch us on, or me, I guess, on the Twitch last night, then go back and find us on Twitch at I Am Geek Show, and you can watch me playing video games, playing Rage 2. I was last night without family as well, yeah, that was fun. I'm terrible at that game.
That was fun.
But just a little plug. It is a really cool game. If you've never played it, the graphics are amazing on it, and it's just really hard. Like, it would be so much better if it were co-op, because you could actually do things. But I'm so bad at that game, but it's fun. It's a lot. It's very similar to Borderlands in the kind of game it is. You know, the post-apocalyptic kind of thing, and funny things that people say, and all the cool weapons. But it's hard, much harder, much more difficult.
Yeah, it's in my. I have it, but
yeah.
I don't have any time to play, and I've got too many games, new games that I haven't played yet.
Yeah, I've got Borderlands 2 because it was on the PSN whatever thing, and
PS Plus.
Yeah, PS Plus. Yeah, it's downloaded, sitting there.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Ryan and I played that the other night. We played the pre-sequel.
Yeah,
which is fun. Never played that one. That was pretty fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're on the moon. You're bouncing around. You run out of oxygen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's cool. It's a cool, different take on the game. It's just a different kind of game. It's cool. But
Yep, and I have Kingdom Hearts 3 that I've been playing when I can, and I have the Spider-Man game sitting there waiting for me.
Did you see that there's two things on Borderlands on that Handsome Jack collection, whatever it is?
Yeah. That
you can download. There's a DLC for free that you can download. It's another episode basically, and then there's a updated graphics pack. I forgot what they called it, but it's a lot like it, because the game was made for the PS3 originally, right? So they updated the graphics. It may have been on PS4, I don't know, but
I have it on PS4. But the Handsome Collection was PS4. Borderlands 2 is PS3, right. I think.
Yeah, I think so. But anyways, they've got this thing you can install. It's like 15 gigs though, but it updates the graphics supposedly. I didn't play it long without it, so I don't know. But I've got friends that played it for a long time when it was out before, and they said you can tell a huge difference, especially if you have a 4K and you have a PlayStation Pro. But it's still pretty cool. So, loads of fun.
Loads of fun.
And that's what I'm all about. Fun.
And loads of it.
And loads.
That's what I like. Loads and fun. Loves doing the laundry.
Yes.
So my wife started watching Galaxy Edge videos. Some popped up. She was watching them. Like, oh, that's pretty cool looking. She was showing our son, and the droid thing popped up. The droid depot thing.
Yeah.
And he goes, I want to do that.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
And my wife was like, oh, you do? Oh, that's fun. Maybe we can. And I go, yeah, it's $100. And she goes, oh.
Maybe you can watch people do it.
Yeah. Watch this video.
I still want to do the lightsaber, but I don't know. It's $200.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, are you going to have to pick between your son and you now?
Hey, he does that every day and has to choose.
I'm sorry, son. You can't do that. I'm getting a lightsaber.
We'll probably get neither. I've heard that some of the kyber crystals that they're putting in them are going bad. Like a week or two after people have bought them, they just quit working. So that means your lightsaber doesn't light up. But Disney's been good about it, and they're mailing people new ones.
Is that how kyber crystals work? You
just get a new one.
Yeah.
They're constantly mining them. I mean,
and they've been selling out of kyber crystals. So now in Disneyland, at least, they're making it where if you want to buy a kyber crystal, you have to buy the holocron. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like the thing that you put the kyber crystals in, and then it talks to you and stuff. Which they're $50.
Jeez.
So
speaking of things that people are selling, did you see where they're having a big problem with people selling things that are free?
Yeah.
At Disneyland. So the sporks, the maps, the coasters, like all the free stuff that you can get.
The sporks
they're selling on eBay.
I don't think people are supposed to take the sporks. They're metal.
No. Oh, I know, but they are.
Yeah.
They're
stealing
people are
the
taking
sporks.
They're selling them online, and it's like a big problem because they're like, these are supposed to be free, but it's so hard to get, right? Because not everybody goes, right? So that people are going to buy it.
Is that because of Toy Story 4, the sport thing?
Yeah. They're cool looking, but they already don't have them anymore. Like they just have regular forks and stuff.
And that was quick too. That happened really fast after they opened. Like they were gone. People were just taking them.
I can understand the maps and the paper, the paper coasters, but if they're metal, I mean, who's like, I think I'll take this fork with me, or the spork with me.
Well, it's a spork. Who doesn't want to take a spork?
I mean, come on, a metal spork. Like who has those, right? Those are usually plastic.
Yeah. They should expect that. I mean, if you're giving people metal sporks, they're going to take them.
They're going to take them.
Nobody's taking the blue milk though, so.
Or they're trying to get that back.
Can I get my money back?
Anyways, you guys are probably tired of hearing us talk about Galaxy's Edge, but it's just so fascinating, the stuff coming out. And I saw Adam the Woo video of he went to Disneyland, like the rest of Disneyland, to see what it was like right now, and 5-minute waits on everything. Every ride was 5 minutes.
Man, I want to do that.
I know. I'm like, I want to go to Disneyland now.
Just
walk on everything.
Yep. Ideal.
Oh, wow. But so tonight we're going to be talking about a couple of things. We're going to be talking about the 90s. The 90s are back, and we're going to talk about that. But first, not a sponsor, but they should be. We received
Mentos?
No, we received issue 3 of Invasion of
Wrestletopia.
I forgot if it was of or
it's from Invasion from Planet Wrestletopia.
There we go. I didn't have it from. Well, they're not.
Yeah, we're good at this.
Anyways, they sent us the latest issue, and it was a joy to read. Let me tell you.
Just like the first two. I mean, it was
fun.
They are lots of fun.
Yeah, I want to keep reading them. They're good.
Yeah, so please, if you're listening, keep sending them to us. Because we want to buy $200 lightsabers, so we can't buy
comics. Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. So this one, basically, the alien race that are all professional wrestlers have landed, and are looking for the guy that is claimed to be the champion. And I just forgot his name. This is horrible. What's his name?
It's right at the tip of my tongue. I'm trying to pull it up. I'm scrolling down to the bottom.
Rory Landau.
There you go. Rory Landau, right? Or Landau, that's it, yeah.
Landau, yeah.
Yeah.
I loved his little friend that helps him out.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
Yes, he was my favorite.
Yes.
Little matador guy.
Machito.
Yeah. He's the best.
Yeah, the situation was he was getting kidnapped by the Wrestletopians,
Sure.
yes, and then all of a sudden this guy just flies in. This
little short guy.
Short guy. I'll say short guy. Yeah.
Wearing a matador outfit.
Yeah. We even got his backstory too, which I thought was cool.
Was good. Yeah, you had like a luchador type backstory. I like him. He's good. Well, more of him. I have a feeling at some point it seems like he's going to sacrifice himself.
No.
Help the hero. Like I don't think he'll necessarily die, but I think they'll
sacrifice
boost the hero.
Usually he's gonna die.
No, it didn't necessarily mean he's going to die.
So it was still good, but the silliest part of this issue was, I guess it's the United Nations or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're like, we better just get our tag team from our country to come fight them. It's like,
that was awesome.
Won't you get like nuclear weapons or something? No.
Yeah.
No.
Let's get the French Canadians.
Fight wrestlers with wrestlers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you beat wrestlers is with wrestlers. You don't beat them with like nuclear war or anything.
It was just funny, and then they started throwing chairs at each other in the middle of the UN thing.
But it was cool because like the first set of wrestlers, right, were I thought they were real wrestlers. The Russian guy, what was his name?
No,
I'm pulling it up right now.
They are just made them.
Oh, I know
look
they
like
are, but it's
real
like
wrestlers.
It reminds, and I guess all of these characters that they had reminded me of them because it's Ivan Kalashnikov and Iron Hussein, and it's just like Nikolai Volkov, what was his name, and then
Iron Sheik.
Iron Sheik. I mean, it was, and then they had these other
the French Canadians, and there's a tag team that is the French Canadians.
Yeah, so that was cool. It was fun.
American Jiggle.
Yeah, American Jiggle.
They'll clean up this mess. That's what it says. Anyways, a good issue is, so if you like comics, and especially if you like wrestling, but even if you don't like wrestling, because Chris doesn't like wrestling, and he still enjoys
I don't like wrestling. But yeah, it reminds me of Muscle Man, like the manga a lot. It's really fun. The thing I liked at the end, they have like some bios from the 1984 megastars.
Yeah.
And I really want to see a match between Cousin Orville and Kodiak Jack, which is just a bear.
The bear is 8'11",
well,
1,200 pounds.
If you remember, in issue 1, there was a wrestling match.
Yeah,
there's a brief one, but I want like a full.
You want the full on? Okay.
Yeah, because they're rivals apparently in their bio.
Yeah. But it's so funny because he's the prototypical Tennessee person, right? You work for Tennessee, so we can talk about this. But he doesn't wear any shoes. He's wearing overalls, and he has a beard with no mustache. So he's the hillbilly, you know.
But and even like he's got socks, but there's no toes on them.
Yeah,
so his toes are sticking to him. Which is great. And I love this. I love the thing on Kodiak Jack is his love for raw elk meat is matched only by his love for raw violence.
Yes,
love it.
So your favorite character is not Don. I can't even say it.
Don Fong Wong.
Don Fong Wong.
Fong Wong. No, he's fun though.
I really want to know if we can order the LP or cassette of Below the Belt by Rory Landau.
That needs to be painted on the side of a van. does.
Yeah, the picture of him laying there with just the record is kind of disturbing, but it's funny. It's like
Can you just take that picture, Chris, of him laying there, and instead of the record, just put our logo in there?
Oh, sure, yeah. I'm sure they'll be fine with that. Creators behind this.
Roy Landale presents I Am Geek. So that was it. I highly recommend Invasion from Planet Wrestletopia. All 3 issues out. There'll be more coming.
It's good. Yeah. Sure, awesome artwork and story and everything.
I don't know where you can find it.
You can find it on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not cheap, but it's out there, and it's worth it though, I think, and it's good. And they'll eventually, I'm sure, release like the whole set in one trade book or whatever they call it. But yeah.
So if you haven't listened to our other episode about this, if you go back and find, I think it's called Wrestletopia or Invasion from Wrestletopia.
Yeah.
Just go listen to that, and then you'll get even more details all about this amazing comic book.
Yes, because it ends on a cliffhanger. I want more.
Yeah.
Comic books do that.
Yeah.
My son got free comic books. We probably talked about this, and he got some comic book about fishdom or something like that. And it ends on a cliffhanger. He goes, "We need to go back to the comic book store."
He's addicted.
I'm like, no, let's just read this one again.
Yeah.
You may come across something you missed the first time.
Yeah, you're 4.
You're 4. You don't know what you're reading. Read it again.
You can't even read.
Oh, jeez.
Well, he's 4. He's 4.
Denying him robots and then like making fun of him because he can't read.
Hey, I did not deny him robots. I denied him droids. No.
There's a difference.
If I can't get a lightsaber, he can't get a droid.
So there.
Speaking of robots, I saw this video. What's the robot company? Something Dynamic or something. They have this robot that they've built. And it's creepy. You've probably seen it. It looks like the skeleton of a human, pretty much, without a head, and it's got this big backpack thing on it. And it bounces around, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I saw a video of them doing testing, and part of their testing is they just beat it with a hockey stick.
Yep.
For no reason.
Well, they're testing out its balance, I think.
Yeah.
And its capability to get back up from being knocked down.
Well, they could just knock it over it, so they'd be like, I'm going to beat you with the hockey stick. And then it's like jumping on boxes, and they're like, let's throw balls at it. And they start throwing balls at it. And I'm like, that thing is going to rise up and kill you. All those people working there are going to be dead within a year. Have you not seen Terminator? Come on.
Our hockey sticks and balls aren't doing anything to it. We're doomed.
How else are we supposed to fight these things? How about unplugging them?
It was sad looking though.
Turning them off.
It was just sad to watch because this robot's like, it's trying to pick up the box, and they're just laughing and hitting it with the stick, and you're just like, just let the robot pick up the box.
Poor robot.
Jeez. It's gonna rise up. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've decided that we're going to talk about the 90s because for some reason the 90s are all of a sudden back. And I don't mean like, hey, did you see that clothes style's back? No, the 90s are back. I saw a marquee for the movie theater, and every movie on the marquee was a movie from the 90s that is new now. So the marquee had Men in Black International, so Men in Black, Toy Story 4, Godzilla, Aladdin, and Child's Play. All on the same marquee at the same time. If you were a time traveler.
What year is it?
Yeah. You'd be messed up if you landed and you'd be like, oh, wait, what? Did I land in the 90s? What's going on?
You need to go further.
Yeah. Let's go further back. Isn't that crazy though? I mean, it's really. I think it's crazy to think about that. All those movies are out at the exact same time, and they're all from the '90s.
Yeah.
Well, they ran out of '80s,
Yeah.
so they're hitting the '90s now. Everything was '80s before, with Stranger Things and Goldbergs and all the '80s remake movies. They've exhausted the '80s.
Well, there's still more '80s movies because Bill and Ted's technically an '80s movie, '89 that we found out earlier, and they're bringing out a third one. So they're just taking everything in the past.
They recast the wives again.
No. That's their daughters.
No. They have daughters.
Yeah. Okay.
But they recast the actresses for the wives, and each movie they've had different wives.
Of course, it's Bill and Ted.
But I saw Mom Missy. She's going to be back.
Oh,
Pop
Missy.
Mom.
Yeah, it was on TV the other night, and I watched part of it. I'm like, oh, this movie's fun. I forgot how fun it was. But yeah, so looking at the movies that they have. Also, Urkel is going to be on the new Scooby Doo, so that's just like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, what kid nowadays is going to be like, oh, it's Urkel? You know?
Yeah.
Every kid? I don't know what you're talking about.
And on top of all this, I know since we talked about Wrestletopia, I'll bring this up even though you guys will not care. The WWE, which is the World Wrestling Entertainment, announced that Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman are going to be the creative forces behind SmackDown and Raw, which is their Monday night show is Raw, and Tuesday night show is SmackDown, but that's changing to Friday, so it's going to be on Fridays the fall. Anyway, so that's their two shows. Eric Bischoff was the guy that basically ran WCW and kicked WWE's tail for 83 weeks in the ratings, which was unheard of. You know, he's the creator of the NWO and all that stuff. So they're bringing him in to be the creative force behind SmackDown. And Paul Heyman was the guy that owned ECW. If you're familiar with that, Extreme Championship Wrestling in the 90s. And then he still works with WWE some. And they're bringing him to do Raw, which is funny. Years ago, after WCW had fallen in the 2000s, they had Eric Bischoff on Raw helping out, and they had Paul Heyman on SmackDown, which really elevated SmackDown and made tag teams like great again, pretty much. So they're bringing them back, and they're bringing them back because the ratings have been declining like crazy because of this new organization called AEW that's coming out, and the products has been not very good. But it's just funny because that was from the 90s. All this stuff, like when I turn on the TV, when I look at the movies, it's just all this 90s stuff coming back. So out of the movies that was on the marquee, which of those movies do you really think there needs to be a 2019 version of?
So what was it? So there was Men in Black,
Toy Story
Godzilla,
4,
Toy Story 4,
Aladdin, Child's Play. And soon Lion King will be out, so that's another 90s movie, right?
I would say out of all those, I would actually pick Child's Play. Because Aladdin, like, I don't need a live action version of Aladdin. Toy Story 4, like, I haven't seen it, but I know it's just going to be like, we're going to make you cry. Like, that should be the subtitle of that movie. I think that's all it's going to do.
I know.
And I don't.
Go ahead.
I don't want to go watch a movie just to cry. I don't want to watch an animated movie that's just going to make me cry. Men in Black, I mean, like, yeah, the past ones, like, I like the first one. The second one was pretty good for me. The third one was kind of eh.
Yeah.
So, and I've heard that this one isn't necessarily that great either.
I know. I had high hopes for it too. Well, it's funny that you mentioned crying in Toy Story because you know how I don't like spoilers, right? Sure, I don't like spoilers, but I went on and read all the spoilers for Toy Story 4 because I'm like, I am not going to a movie and sitting there and bawling my eyes out as a 41-year-old man. So I know what happens, and I haven't seen it, so I can't judge it. But to me, it felt like fan fiction. Like Toy Story 3 was sort of like, to me, was the ending. It was a perfect ending for the series, and this one feels like I want it to go on, so I'm going to write, a new story about it, and the ending is just like.
Well, it just seems like a redo of 2 and 3 mashed together. Is what 4 looks like to me from the previews. Because Pixar's kind of got this formula now for their movies anymore. And it's just like we've got like a buddy cop type thing going on with 2 characters that like each other but don't. And
sorry, I know what happened, so I need to keep my mouth shut.
So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just like 2 characters that are kind of polar opposites together, put in this impossible situation where they're having to find somebody, or find something. They're basically having to find something. They got some comedy sidekicks with them. They put like a huge sadness thing with a really sad song with it, and then they end up finding whatever at the end. I don't know. It's just it's very formulaic anymore.
It does take some turns. I will say that from what I've read, it's not exactly that. The ending is you'll either be like, oh, or you'll be like, that's stupid.
I have a friend that it's a mom friend that she took her family to watch it, and they said it was good, but she's like, I didn't cry any. It didn't make me cry like everybody thought it was going to, and she's one that would cry. She's that. So I kind of believe her. I was like, oh, it's weird, but she said, and I think I heard somebody else say that it ended in a way that made you think that they're going to do another one.
Oh, they'll do another one.
And it's like, come on.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw a meme that was like Toy Story 76 or whatever it was, and it showed showed him in the coffin holding, and then the toys were like, oh my gosh, we're stuck in the coffin. Yeah. So
the ending, if I didn't know what happened and I saw that, I would probably leave like I did The Last Jedi and just be like mad. Just be like, that's stupid.
So. These are the most durable toys I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's like I really don't like the stickers are still on Buzz.
Well, I did. It's in the preview, so this is not really a spoiler. But if you don't want any spoilers, then close your ears. There's a preview, and his batteries are running low, and he presses the button, and he goes, "I'm." It's really funny. Nice. He's like, "What's going on?"
When they open them up, they're corroded. Be good.
Yeah. Oh, they did because Mr. Potato Head, the actor passed away. They and his family wanted him to be in this movie, so they went back through all the Toy Story movies, like leftover footage, video games, anything that he did for Mr. Potato Head, and they made a part out of all that for him in the movie.
I saw that. Cool. That was nice.
Pretty cool. So,
so Katrin, which of those movies do you think actually need the 2019 version?
I don't think any of them do. But if I never saw the Child's Play movies, I wasn't ever interested in that. So maybe the Men in Black probably makes the most sense. That it could have been good.
Yeah.
And I could see that working, I guess, because maybe. But I did see Aladdin. I don't know if I don't think we talked about that, but it was okay. The music was good in it. Will Smith did well in it, and the actors were good. But it still just kind of looked like a cheap knockoff in a way, in some ways.
Well, the reasoning that I heard that they made Aladdin and they're making Lion King and stuff is because of the copyright stuff is coming.
Right.
Up.
I heard that. Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, I don't know if I was really hoping Men in Black was going to be good because Chris Hemsworth and I forget her name.
Tessa Thompson.
Yes, Tessa Thompson. I love them together in Thor, so I was really looking forward to them in this one. But I'll watch it when it comes out.
I mean, you never know. I mean, because
it'll probably be fun.
Some of the same people that said they didn't like it probably liked Return of the Jedi, or not Return of the Jedi,
the Last
Jedi.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like, well, how do you take that? You know?
I'm guessing it's fun enough, but I said Child's Play because
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. But I watched the first one, and it's just cheesy, campy. It's not. I mean, it's not that good of a movie. I was afraid to watch it as a kid.
Oh yeah,
because it's like a horror movie. And it's like, oh, this little dolls.
You have dolls
alive, and everything. And then I finally watched it as an adult. I'm like, oh wow, this is pretty bad. But just like, and I've heard mixed reviews on it too. But I like the fact that they've made the dolls kind of more up to date with technology in it, and it can like access like other technology, and so it seems like a fun twist on it. And I like was it Aubrey Plaza? Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
I like her. She's great. And Mark Hamill's the voice. So.
Now I heard, I could be totally wrong, so if you're listening and I'm wrong, just go to our Twitter at I Am Geek Show.
Let us know.
Tell us how wrong we are.
Yeah, that the people that made the old Child's Play movies still have rights to that, and they're still going to continue that version of it, but the movie company wanted a new version of it, so they made this version. So there's going to be two different Child's Play movie franchises going on at the same time.
Huh.
Yeah,
and then they'll have Chucky versus Chucky.
I guess
merge the two together.
I don't know. I don't know. Go ahead.
Do you think they'll ever make a new Pet Cemetery?
They did.
They did.
Did they really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's now on.
Already been out theaters.
It's on demand.
Okay, maybe I do remember that. Jeez, that was one I didn't want to see either because I don't want to see animals be crazy.
Yeah.
So they're doing it all.
I'm probably gonna watch the new one.
No, don't watch
it. I've been mixed about it because animals.
Yeah.
But they kill kids in it too, I think. So that's
see,
okay.
That's double whammy right there for me.
Well, have they remade Children of the Corn? Did I miss that too?
I don't know.
No. I don't
okay.
I watched that recently.
They probably will
too, and that was kind of silly too.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Did they redo that yet?
Yes.
Yeah. They've redone
recently.
Yeah. They had a new actor play him.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the guy that played. He was in Watchmen.
Yeah.
Weird.
Like Rorschach, that guy. And it was kind of. The Nightmare on Elm Street movies, to me, is like it's a great idea, but it's never executed right.
Wait. Did you not see Freddy versus Jason? Come on.
Oh, that's the only one I like.
See,
really. Just because it's got Jason in it. But the actual Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Did you see the 3D one?
There's so much to that. No.
I saw the 3D one in theaters, and it was
wow.
It was a fun little movie because that's when 3D was like, woo.
Yeah.
And it had like everything's going to be bouncing out at you, or his claws are going to come out at you. Yeah, I remember that.
So we watched one of the Nightmare on Elm Streets after school. It was during the day, and I had some friends over at our house, and we watched it. We weren't supposed to be watching it probably, but that was the only way I could watch it. Was during the day because it was so freaky. Yeah, I was singing that song the other day.
Freddy's coming for
yeah.
you.
And I was like, I probably shouldn't sing this song out loud with my kid around, but
rocking in the corner at night.
Yeah,
I can't go to sleep.
Who's Freddy? Why is he coming for me?
I'm sure they'll make another one. I think I heard that the guy that originally played Freddy, Robert Englund, wants to do another one. He says he's got one more in him.
I bet he could.
He's getting up. He's getting up there.
But it doesn't matter because he wears a mask.
Well, he doesn't need the makeup anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw that they're going to be remaking The Craft.
Cheese?
No, The Craft. Like witchcraft.
Oh.
Craft.
Well, they're making the Witches movie again.
Yeah.
With
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah. And they had to stop production because one of the workers on set stabbed another one in the neck.
Good.
Which happens all the time on sets. I mean, it's common practice.
It wasn't an accident either. He was bad and just stabbed the dude in the neck.
She was.
Yeah, Witches, like, I don't know if they necessarily need to remake that.
Oh, most of these movies they don't need to remake.
No.
I mean, they said they're going to stay closer to the book, I guess. The Craft, I could see The Craft being remade. Yeah. It was kind of a fun 90s horror movie with witches, but...
We're making Charlie's Angels again.
Oh, good grief.
Of course they are.
With the girl from Twilight.
Kristen Stewart. And what's her name from? Oh, she's hosting Pressure Luck right now.
Oh yeah, so yeah, they've
Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, Elizabeth Banks. That's how they've changed it up for this one. Bosley's a woman.
Well, it's not just there's so this is apparently it takes place in the kind of same universe. It's not a remake necessarily. It's like there's more than one Bosley. So Bosley has become a pseudonym, like an agent name, because Patrick Stewart is also Bosley.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But they did that in the other movies though. That's like this is Bosley and it was different.
It was Bill Murray.
Yeah, and they made it work and that was fine. But that series was really good. Like the Cameron Diaz crew. I like those movies.
I did too. I like
those. They were really good. So they were funny.
Those weren't made
this one seems.
Those weren't made in the 90s though, so we can't talk about them.
Are they not?
I don't think.
I don't remember.
The first one I think may have been 2000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, we're not allowed to talk.
Never mind.
No.
Just kidding.
So is Hollywood just running out of ideas, or they're just like, here's a movie, we'll make it again?
They ran out a long time ago. They ran out of ideas a long time ago.
Makes me sad.
Because, I mean, Hocus Pocus, they're going to be redoing that.
What? Come on.
It's going to be a Disney Channel movie, so you know that's not going to be good.
No, there's some Disney Channel movies that are okay.
Yeah, that are okay, but this is a remake of a Disney movie.
High School Musical, hello?
Descendants, come on.
They're making a third one of those.
Well, I mean, it won't have Bette Midler or any of them in it. So
of course not.
Of
course not. I don't know. They're making another Halloween one. I don't know if we talked about that.
Yeah, they're going to make a sequel to Halloween. The last one, which is fun. I like the last Halloween.
Oh yeah. I want to watch it again.
Those types of movies, I think they can keep remaking, and you're fine.
Oh yeah.
And The Matrix is going to be coming back.
No, come on.
Yeah. They're saying it's not going to be like remade. It's going to be like within the same universe type thing. They have like a huge like dance party like underground that's going to turn weird. Like then we're fine.
I watched the new Predator the other week. It was.
I was disappointed.
It was a movie.
It's just like they don't seem to understand what made the first one and even the second one to a certain extent good. Like they're trying to interject too much story into it and too much.
The best part of the whole thing, which was probably the only good part of the thing, was they look off in the distance and they're being chased by the Predator and all these bad people, and they see these motorcycles, and this guy goes, "Get to the choppers!"
No.
Yeah.
That was the best part.
And Olivia Munn's character in it, like she does fine, but it's so weird. She's a scientist, and the predator escapes, and suddenly she grabs a gun and she starts chasing after it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what are you gonna do to this thing? Like, there's no story points whatsoever to lead us to believe that you can take on a predator. Like, you were introduced in a dog park with your dog. And someone said you were a scientist, and that's all we know about you.
Get to the chopper. Anyways, so there's the 90s are back. More and more of these 90 movies are going to be coming back. I'm sure we could probably think of like 10 more movies that are coming out that were movies from the 90s. But while you're thinking, unless you've already thought of one.
Ace Ventura.
No, come on.
Yeah, supposedly there's going to be a TV series.
Who's going to play him?
They want to get him back, but no, they're not quite sure.
Oh, I got a quiz for everybody.
Ooh.
It's summertime. You're not in school, but you're going to take a quiz now. Now, this is a quiz about the 90s.
I love the 90s.
I'm going to see how much you guys remember about the 90s.
I don't remember anything about the 90s. It's all A's, man.
I was thinking about this when we were talking about talking about the 90s, and maybe it's just because most of our years were in, our memorable years were in the 90s, right? Like we grew up in the 80s, of course, but the 90s were a lot happened because we were in high school and went to college and all that, and I feel like it was very influential in a lot of ways to different things that we have today. So like the internet came out in the 90s, right? The styles of music changed dramatically, I feel like, in the 90s. Movies were and cartoons were just advanced a whole lot during that time period and started all these things that, and the 80s did that too, and the 70s, and there's a lot of things you can say, but and again, maybe it's just because that was my prime, I guess, in the 90s, but I feel like that was a very important decade in our history of our world, but I miss it. I mean, I listen to 90s music often, just because it makes, one, I like the music, and two, it makes me remember some of those good times, I guess. I don't know. That's cheesy, I know. But
I listen to more 90s music now than I did in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because in the 90s, I was listening to like 50s, 60s music.
Yeah. It used to be we listened to oldies when we were kids, right? Because that's what our parents listened to, and that's what we liked to listen to too. But now we're the ones that listen to the 80s and 90s music, and our kids are probably like, oh, it's so lame or whatever. we were in a restaurant the other day at work lunch, and they had all 90s music, and I was like, man, I just want to work here and listen to this music all day. But anyways.
No. I completely understand.
Yeah.
Because the 90s is when the really technology took a big turn.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why.
Video games.
But you guys ready for a quiz?
Yes. Let's do
Are you
this.
going to keep score? Are you going to work together? Or what do you want to do?
Just do it.
Get it done.
Nike, just do it. Is that in the 90s?
All right. Here we go. This is for the listeners. Play along. Keep score. If you win...
You win.
You win a special 90s shout out from us. Just
for sure, man.
Send us a tweet on Twitter and we'll shout out. You're the winner of the 90s. Who was the butler on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Now, I have options, or you could just tell me who it is.
Shoot.
So I have a funny story real quick. So we watched Aladdin last weekend, right? And there was this part.
Jeffrey?
Is it Jeffrey? Is that right? Yeah. So there's a part in the movie, and where Will Smith is the genie, right? And he's singing this song at the it's Prince Ali, that song. And there's this part where there's this guy with a goatee, and he's got this hat on, and I said, "There's Uncle Phil." And my wife said, "No, he's dead." It was not Uncle Phil. I was like, "Oh, I guess it wasn't." But it because I was like, "Oh, that was like a throwback," and because they had all these Easter eggs in that movie. There was a bunch of Easter eggs in it, but I thought that was one, but it was not.
It was not.
And side note, Uncle Phil was the voice of Shredder on the
Yeah, that's right.
show.
Did anybody
Also
do the
fun.
Carlton dance in the Aladdin movie?
No, I was looking for that, and I was hoping that he was in there because I was like, maybe they'll have people from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in this movie. They did.
This one, I never played this game. I think this was a little after my time of playing stuff. I don't know if you guys played it. What are the two types of playing discs in the game of Pogs?
Oh, slammers and oh shoot, well there's slammers. That's what you
Sounds like the
Pogs. Then I thought it was just Pogs.
Yeah, so your options were slappers and flappers, pollywogs and tadpoles, or Pogs and slammers.
Yeah, Pogs and slammers. Yeah, I did that. I sucked at it.
There you go.
That's actually an old game. Like it's an old game from another country, and Pogs were actually the milk caps on milk bottles.
Talked about it. You remember the Christmas episode when we had the quiz of like the top toys? That was one of the top toys, and we talked about the bottle caps. I think. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, here we go. Which TV show theme song had the following opening line? I won't sing it because then it'll give it away. It's a rare condition in this day and age to read any good news
on the newspaper page.
Some people say it's even harder to find.
No,
everywhere there's a place. There's somebody who
it was a TGIF show.
Is Family Matters?
Family Matters.
Jeez. Yeah, I get all those mixed up.
Yep.
I'm doing good so far. Okay.
Yeah. I do. Yeah. Oh well.
On the Saved by the Bell episode in which Jessie freaked out on drugs, what was she taking?
So excited.
Oh,
some kind of caffeine or pill or speed or something like that.
It's like a pet pill, like a pet pill or something.
It's a caffeine pill.
Caffeine pill, yeah.
I drink a ton of Mountain Dew, and I've never sang "I'm so excited" and cried in
so
the heat.
Scared.
Oh yes, you have. You just don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. Jesse's song was the episode title. It showed how seemingly innocent over-the-counter drugs like caffeine pills can make you excited and scared. That's what it says here.
They had some serious moments, which a lot of the sitcoms did, because not 80s and 90s were all pretty much sitcoms, right? You didn't, if it was serious, it was probably a soap opera or an adult show that our parents watched, Dynasty or Dallas or whatever. And
which that's back
a lot
too.
of them, man, they were so fun. Do what?
Dallas and Dynasty, they brought.
Yeah, those are back too. That's right. Yeah. But there were a couple of serious ones, and there was of Saved by the Bell where the one that I remember laughing at so hard was when Zach and AC got in a fight, and they like pushed each other and like, get back. We cracked up so hard because they were just so serious. And the rest of the show is not. That was crazy. Like, why are you trying to be serious?
They did have a pop-up diner in LA of Saved by the Bell.
The Max.
The Max,
yeah. We watch almost pretty regularly on. There's an over-the-air channel. We watch the Tim the Toolman Taylor. What is that called?
Home Improvement.
Home Improvement. Thank you. We watch that very regularly, but they have a lot of serious moments on that show.
Yeah. So, as a series, a lot of the 90s sitcoms, as the series would go on, they get into like 7th, 8th season or whatever, the actors on there like, we need some meatier stuff. Yeah, we need to prove that we're actors.
Some of it was good though, and it was good.
I just like to laugh.
I know, but
if I want to cry, I'll watch Dynasty or Dallas.
Or Toy Story.
I want to cry. Watch Toy Story.
Yeah, All right, so I don't know this one. I have answers here, but On which kids show did the character Pierre Escargot appear?
Oh, why does that sound familiar?
It's either All That, the Mickey Mouse Club, or Ren and Stimpy Show.
Was it
Now,
Ren?
I was a Ren and Stimpy junkie.
Or no, that was All That.
Was it?
Is that a cartoon? All that?
No, it's where Keenan and Kel first started.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It was like the kids' version of Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
Which All That is back now too.
That's
Nickelodeon
back.
just brought that back. It is All That.
Yeah,
that
some
was
of
correct.
the actors.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the actors are back.
Yeah.
I think that's Keenan Thompson played that character.
Keenan Thompson played Pierre.
And the guy, the guy that's on, is that guy still on Saturday Night Live that was on that show as well?
Keenan Thompson.
Keenan Thompson. Oh, okay, that's nice. I thought that was the other guy. What was the other guy's name?
Kel.
Kel. He was on like Good Burger and all that too.
Yeah,
he was in Mystery Men, one of the best movies ever.
Yeah.
All right, you guys will get this one easy. Which TV show theme song had the following opening line? Whatever happened to predictability?
You man, the paperboy.
Evening TV.
I've got it mixed up with Family Matters, but I started singing that one. I think when you were singing the lyrics, I think I started singing the tune.
Whatever happened to predictability?
Is this Full House?
Full House,
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is back, but it's being canceled.
That came back as well, yeah.
Oh, it's been canceled?
Yeah.
I haven't watched the latest season of it.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Lori Loughlin will not be in the next.
You think?
Yeah.
That's so funny. So I watch wrestling, and AEW is the new All Elite Wrestling organization, and they have a funny like YouTube series that they do, and they're doing this thing actually tomorrow called Fire Fest, and it's in partner with the video game thing, and they're sort of making fun of that, whatever that festival was that like tanked really bad.
Oh, it was fake.
Yeah. So, anyways, one of the wrestlers says, "I saw this cool documentary on Netflix." He's like, "Let's do the same thing." And they're like, "Did you watch the whole thing?" And he's like, "No, but it's so cool." So they're doing that, and they have this little sketch or whatever they do. And he was like talking about getting people for it. He's like, "Let's get that Uncle Jesse guy. Let's get him." And they're like, "Oh," he said no. He's like, "How about the funny one on there? You know, with the puppet?" He's like, "Joey, yeah, he won't be there. If Beyonce's there, he won't come," or something silly like that. And he goes, "How about that lady that was on there? You know, the pretty one. Let's get her." And then they're like, "Oh, she's in jail." Anyways, now this one, if you don't get, we're canceling the show.
Oh gosh,
I Am Geek will be no more.
We have an out, patron. He's giving us an out.
No, you guys will still have to come on here every week and talk. Let's record it. Which candy was the Fresh Maker?
Mentos.
Oh.
This episode of I Am Geek is not sponsored by Mentos, the Fresh Maker.
It's like the only time you've ever said it right.
I know.
There'll be a trivia question one of these days. Which episode of I Am Geek did they actually say the correct tagline with the correct
Isn't that funny
product?
that was a question in this?
That's funny.
It was funny, yes.
So you've been watching Home Improvement a lot, so you should get this one. Who were Tim and Jill Taylor's kids on Home Improvement?
So, Mark was the youngest.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I can't. It's been a while since I've seen that show.
If you'd asked me yesterday.
Austin Powers uses one of their names a lot. I'm feeling very...
Randy,
yeah.
That's right. Yeah, he was the serious one on that show.
Randy.
And then the oldest one.
And the one no one cares about.
There's an 80s word that sort of has...
Brad.
Yep,
Brad. I knew it was a B. I was like, Brandon? It's not Brandon. Brad. Jeez. Yeah. See, I should have said that I watched it every night.
You just don't pay attention to their names.
Did you watch it?
No.
I just see faces. Not. I don't see names.
But I would, yeah. Who knows?
What's the first book in R.L. Stine's Goosebumps series?
Goosebumps. Yes.
Which
I don't know the
Goosebumps is back
series.
too, which is really funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 movies.
Which I saw the second one. I liked it.
Are You Afraid of the Dark is coming back too?
Yeah, and it looks a little spookier than the one before.
I don't know. I
So
didn't
here's
really
your options: The Girl Who Cried
know the books.
Monster, Say Cheese and Die, or Welcome to Dead House.
Welcome to Dead House.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna pick.
Really?
Or the first one.
I don't know what it is. I've got to click it to find out.
Oh.
This one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it was Welcome to Dead House. I picked the wrong one.
Yay.
Guessers.
You got it right. I got it wrong because I hit the wrong one accidentally. What's the name of Carmen Sandiego's criminal organization?
Oh gosh.
LIVE, VILE, or EVIL? And I spelled it out because it stands for something.
Oh.
Live, vile, or evil?
Evil.
I think I'm going with Vile.
Vile? It was vile.
Yeah.
Say that.
What channel aired Supermarket Sweep in the 90s?
Well,
Game Show Network?
So your options are Game Show Network, Lifetime, or Nickelodeon. I think I know what it is.
Because channels back then used to actually show things that they were intended for being on there, like music television used to have music on there, and like Lifetime had certain things. Like TLC used to be actually learning, and now it's this different stuff. The Supermarket, I'm going to say Lifetime, just because it was originally meant for women.
I think it was Lifetime, if I remember correctly. Because
channel
I don't think the Game Show Network.
I don't think it was there, was it?
It came about in the 90s.
Really?
It was Lifetime.
Yeah.
Yes.
They ran a version of the game show from 1990 to 1995.
And then it showed up on the Game Show Network, probably.
Probably.
Oh, here we go. This was in something recently I watched. Oh, this was on a recent episode of Schooled, the spinoff of Goldbergs. On Beverly Hills 90210, which Schooled is based in the 90s.
Oh.
The entire high school rallies to ensure this character graduates. Kelly Taylor, Donna Martin, or Brenda Walsh?
Is it Donna? I can't remember which one it was. I want to say it was Donna, but I don't remember.
I don't remember what they look
like. Donna was the Aaron Spelling's daughter, right?
I don't think it was
what's
her.
Her name? Tori Spelling.
I don't think it was Donna.
Yeah. I don't know.
I never watched
it. Yeah.
We can
it's too adult for me.
We can try Donna. Oh, it was Donna. Look at there.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Donna Martin graduates. Donna Martin graduates. That's what they chanted.
Okay.
Huh. Hey, real quick.
No, go ahead.
So I was thinking about the supermarket thing. Do y'all remember what do they call it? Whenever they had these things at the toy stores where you could take a shopping cart and try to fill it in as much as the toys you can.
The Toys R Us would have what they
call that? I had it in my head and I lost it. But anyways, I thought that was always the coolest thing. I always wanted to do that. But it also reminded me, did you hear that the Toys R Us is coming back? It's going to be a smaller version of it, but it's coming back in some form. I hope it comes here. I don't know where it's all going to open. But
it's still, in other countries, it's still. There was a video I just watched of the wrestlers were over in Singapore or something doing a show, WWE, and there was a Toys R Us, and they're like, let's go get some WWE figures in Toys R Us. And they walk in and search the whole store, and they're like, there's no wrestling figures here.
That's crazy.
Wendy Kaufman starred in this company's commercials and was really its employee. Subway, Wendy's, or Snapple?
Wendy's.
Was really the employee though. I don't know.
So what was it? So it was
a trick
Wendy's,
question. I
Subway,
think it's Snapple. I kind of think.
I want to say Snapple. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of remember something like that.
It was Snapple. He was the
Yeah.
Snapple lady. Read Snapple fan mail in the ads.
The thing would.
Yeah.
Oh,
freshness.
I remember this. I remember eating this. Which TV character was so popular in the 90s that he got his own cereal? Urkel, Mr. T, or Pee Wee Herman?
Oh, Mr. T.
Well, Mr. T has
Mr. T cereal.
Yeah.
That was the Mr. T cereal.
Oh, that was wrong. Oh, no.
Oh, what?
I guess Mr. T cereal was in the 80s.
It could have been because Pee Wee's Big Adventure was probably late 80s?
Urkel.
Oh,
Urkelos.
Yeah.
Urkelos.
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. I actually remember the name. Urkelos.
Oh, what do they taste like?
Cheese.
Got any cheese?
Okay, which of the following is not considered a grunge band? Mudhoney, Matchbox 20, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, or Soundgarden?
Matchbox 20. I wouldn't think.
That's what I would.
That's what I would think.
Yeah.
That came a little bit later. I feel like maybe about the same time, but it was more pop.
Where is Dawson's Creek sit? And don't say Dawson's
Creek. Like North Carolina or something like that.
No, a creek could sit.
I always thought it was like North Carolina or something like that. I don't know.
I thought it was in the South or something.
It was either Wilmington, North Carolina, Cape Side, Massachusetts, or Montauk, New York. I'm pretty sure
Wilmington sounds right.
Oh no, we were wrong.
Is it not?
It's Massachusetts.
What?
Oh, really?
That doesn't sound right at all.
Say that again?
It was filmed in North Carolina, but it was set in Massachusetts.
What was it? What's the
Cape Side?
What's the state? What's the state name?
Massachusetts.
Your mama.
Well,
it's also your mom.
Making fun of me?
No, it's just a hard state to say.
It is Massachusetts. I'm from Tennessee. That's how I say it. Massachusetts. Massachusetts. I'm from Tennessee.
It's like, what was the Scooby-Doo episode with Worcestershire sauce?
Oh, gosh. I mean, you guys can try this one. I never watched this show. Which of the following is not one of the Camden children in Seventh Heaven?
Seventh Heaven? Oh, I watched the Seventh Heaven.
Matthew, Ruthie, Sam, Lucy, Luke, or David?
That was too quick.
Matthew,
Luke,
Ruthie, Sam, Lucy, Luke, or David? Lucy and Ruthie sound familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I want to go with Luke. I don't know. I didn't watch the show.
I was going to say Sam. That was my first thought, but I don't know. That sounds like a name, though.
Which one was Seventh Heaven? I don't even remember what that show was.
So Seventh Heaven had that guy that was a pastor, right?
Yeah.
That was the father. They had all these kids.
Did it have the I Know What You Did Last Summer girl in there?
I don't know.
Was that one?
Who am I choosing?
No.
Or was that Justin Timberlake's wife?
I don't know.
Yes, Jessica Biel was in Seventh Heaven.
I could call Jennifer.
Right? Isn't that who?
Yeah, just.
But yes, she was Seventh Heaven.
And there was someone else that came out of that too. I thought.
Yeah, I'm sure there were. I mean, a lot of those shows had. But the person you're thinking of was in the other show, the Ghost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was in that, but I thought she was.
She was in
Ghost Whisperers.
She was in that Not Another Teen movie or something. No, 10 Things I Hate About You. No.
Oh,
one of those.
Who are we talking
about? I don't know. Which name? It's not. Who's not one of the kids?
He said Luke. I said Sam. I think Sam is though. I don't. Probably Luke. I think that's right.
Yeah, it was Luke.
There you go.
Here we go. Oh, what is Bart Simpson's full name?
Bartholomew J. Simpson.
What's the J stand for?
J.
I don't know. I didn't know it stood for anything.
Supposedly it stands for JoJo.
What?
Bartholomew JoJo
that
Simpson.
Sound right. I mean, think about those cartoons too. A lot of cartoons came out that were pretty big in our history, right? That still, well, that one, I mean, kind of lives on a little bit. And then Ren and Stimpy and Beavis and Butthead and changed the landscape of cartoons. All those did.
Yeah. About them. This was going to be a hard one, maybe. What was NBC's original must-see TV lineup for the 1993-1994 season?
Oh gosh!
So we got
Perfect Strangers.
We got Mad. Okay, here's the first one: Mad About You, Wings, Seinfeld, Frasier, or you have Friends, Suddenly Susan, Seinfeld, Caroline in the City, or you have Wings, Seinfeld, Cheers, The Single Guy.
That one.
That one. I'm gonna go with that one.
Nope, it was Mad About You, Wings, Seinfeld, and Frasier.
So it was just one off on that, because that was almost the same list as the last one.
Party of Five. That's what.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Jennifer Love Hewitt was in.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yeah.
Who was Doogie Howser's girlfriend?
He had a girlfriend?
Yeah.
That didn't seem right somehow.
Wendy, Winnie, or Wanda?
Oh.
What? No.
It's not
Wanda.
Winnie.
Wanda.
Yep. Winnie is from
Wonder Years.
Sadly, Doogie and Wanda broke up when she went to college.
Aww. She wasn't smart enough for him.
What game came packaged with a Game Boy?
I was going to say Tetris. I don't know if that's right, but that was what most people played on.
Seems right.
I don't know. That's all I can think of. I don't know.
I think it's Donkey Kong, Tetris, or Super Mario Brothers. I'm pretty sure it's Tetris.
Tetris sounds right to me.
Yep, Tetris.
Yay.
Which 90s boy band featured Nick, Drew, Justin, and Jeff?
Nick, Drew, that would be 98 Degrees, right?
It's either 98 Degrees, Backstreet Boys, or NSYNC.
Because it's Nick, what's his name? Yeah, it's 98 Degrees.
Yeah. Sing the Mulan song.
Wow, you guys knew that. I didn't know that. How many questions are there? Which 90s song was ranked the #1 greatest one-hit wonder of all time by VH1? The Macarena, I'm Too Sexy, or Ice Ice Baby? I could sing all of those songs right now if you'd like me to.
I'm going to go with
Macarena.
Macarena.
Yeah, I think so.
Macarena.
Because Vanilla Ice had a couple, or at least one or two.
It is Macarena.
The best song in the world.
This is a long... Oh, we're about done. All right. Who was Angela Chase's crush on My So-Called Life? I don't know what that show is.
I did not watch that show. What are the choices?
We got Ricky Vasquez, Brian Krakow, or Jordan Cantalona.
I'm going with Vasquez.
Brian.
Going with the first one.
I'll go with the second one.
Oh, it was Jordan. You're both wrong. He was a man. He was a man of few words, but he made the ladies swoon. What was the name of the last Beanie Baby ever manufactured? The Last Ladybug, Final Foxy, or The End?
I'm going with The End.
Last Ladybug.
It's The End. It was a black bear called The End.
Oh, did it have a big butt? It should have had a big butt.
Yes. This is the
should have been a baboon. That's what they should.
Which TV show theme song had the following opening line? It's a little wild and a little strange.
Little wild, a little strange.
Yep.
Home out on the range.
Is that it?
Horse and come along. You can't get right if you can't hold on.
That is.
Singing.
Is it the,
Yippee-ki-yay. What?
Like the cowboys say.
Get along, little dog. Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah. Hey, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, dude. Yes. That was a good.
I know all the theme songs apparently.
Oh, you guys should know this one because I'm sure you still have it on VHS, Laserdisc, whatever. What was the first Mary-Kate and Ashley movie? How the West Was Fun, To Grandmother's House We Go, or It Takes Two?
Takes Two.
I'm going with Grandmother's House.
I remember there was a movie called To Grandmother's House We Go, and I'm pretty sure there was one that was called How the West Was Fun.
I think those two are real. They may all be real, but I remember those two, and I'm going to go with Grandma's House.
It is Grandmother's House We Go.
Dang it.
1992 was the first
Mary-Kate and Ashley.
many movies. Oh, this is sad. Which All That cast member did not get a spin-off show?
No.
Amanda Bynes, Kel Mitchell, Angelique Bates, Little JJ, Keegan Thompson, Jamie Lynn Spears, or Nick Cannon.
Little JJ? I don't know.
Nick Cannon?
Nick Cannon has a TV show. I don't know if it's a spinoff, but
Go with Nick Cannon because I'm guessing he went and did his pop music.
Who's Little JJ?
I don't know.
I think I remember a Little JJ, but I don't know.
I'm Little JJ, and here's my show. That was the theme song. You think it was Nick Cannon? I know that Keenan and Kel had a show.
Yeah.
I know that Amanda Bynes had a show.
Yeah, she had a show.
Jamie Lynn Spears had a show. I don't know who Angelique Bates is, and I don't know
It may have been her.
Angelique Bates?
Yeah. I don't know if she got her own show.
That is
she played
Angelique Bates?
Yeah.
There you go.
She always played like kind of adult characters because she always looked more adult than the others.
Every one of these people went on to star in his or her very own Nickelodeon show, except Angelique Bates.
She's in the show again now.
Oh, good. Wannabe was the Spice Girls' first single. What was the second?
Oh, man.
I
love her.
You know who would know the answer to this? I guarantee.
Dave Campbell.
Oh, probably. I was going to say Logan Sekulo that we've had on the show. Yeah. I guarantee he knows the answer to this question.
Yeah.
And they're going to make another Spice Girls movie.
Of course they are. Two Become One, good. Say You'll Be There, or
Say
Who Do You Think You Are?
Those are all their songs. Oh, man. I don't know.
The first one, Two Become One.
Say You'll Be There.
Say You'll Be There.
Yes. Yes. It was a guess.
And then the very last question. Who was the first host of TRL? Carson Daly, Ryan Seacrest, or Downtown Julie Brown?
TRL. Downtown Julie Brown? I don't know. I didn't watch that stuff, but I'm going to go with Downtown Julie Brown.
I know Carson Daly was the host of it.
Yeah, but I feel like that was a newer show. And I think he was the only, and she was on there for the longest time, but I don't think they had a thing called TRL, but I could be wrong. I don't remember that being a thing until Carson Daly.
It's Carson Daly.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I never watched it.
Carson Daly hosted Total Request Live, otherwise known as TRL, on MTV from 1998 to 2002.
Then he had a late show that no one watched.
I know. I tried.
I've watched it a few times, but yeah, it's here's this band you never heard of, and
I'm going to talk about something.
Boring. Awkwardly talk to people.
Yeah, and then he's on, or he was on Today's Show. I don't know if he still is, but doing some things not too long ago. I haven't watched in a long time, but so he's still out there.
So here's our score. We got an 83%.
You're
a true expert. You got 25 correct out of 30. You scored better than 97% of quiz takers. Actually, you guys got 26 out of 30. I accidentally hit the wrong one on one. So that would bump it up.
Great.
There you go. That was fun.
Yeah.
It made me remember a lot. A lot of things from the 90s that I'd forgotten about.
One thing I've always struggled with is the name of things and people, like even like bands and songs, and I've never been good at that. So that reminded me of that. Great.
Thank you for letting me know again that my memory sucks.
But we knew all the theme songs.
Yeah.
I could sing all the theme songs.
Right.
Uh,
Man.
I don't. Yeah, I have a weird thing where I can remember theme songs. I don't know why.
I may call this episode, "Hey, dude, it's the '90s"
Hey, dude.
I love the 90s.
with Carson Daly.
And from Wrestletopia.
Oh, yeah, we got to throw that in there. That's funny. Did y'all ever watch those? I love the 80s and I love the 90s and all
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
Those were good, man. VH1, is that still around? I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess it is.
probably.
Yeah. I think
Video
so.
hits 1, no videos.
Well, we've been going for an hour 15 minutes, so we'll probably be wrapping it up. But
Wrap it up.
before we end, you guys, what you streaming?
I'm going to be streaming Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse because I've not seen it yet, and it just came out on Netflix, so I'll be streaming that.
You're gonna love it.
Yep, that's what I hear.
I've been streaming game shows right now, actually, with Press Your Luck, and there's a new one called Holy Moly.
I saw commercials.
Yeah, my wife was watching that.
It's like a blending of Wipeout and miniature golf.
Yeah.
And it's got Riggle, like the comedian Riggle, and
Riggle.
It's Robert. He's hilarious on it. Oh my goodness, it's so funny. Riggle. There's only been like 2 episodes, but I'm hooked. Like it's one of those great summer shows.
I'll have to check that out. I just finished streaming. Finally, it took me a while, but I finally finished streaming Troll Hunters on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, I'm behind on that.
Oh, it's such a good show. It's by Del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
Del Toro, yeah, and but they only did 3 seasons.
Yeah,
but it ended it had an ending, so
that's good.
But they have a spinoff.
Yeah.
Now called 3 Below or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's about aliens that come to the town that stuff's happening in. I liked it. It was a good series.
I do like that series. It's good.
We're also streaming the last season of iZombie is on right now, and as they come out, we watch them on the CW app or whatever, and it's pretty good. But I'm not sure how it's going to end, but I'm pretty sure we're getting kind of close. I don't know, but their seasons last really long, so we've gotten probably halfway through it, I guess. So I don't know.
Oh, and BattleBots is on again right now too.
Oh.
BattleBots. Interesting.
That was probably in the 90s.
Yeah.
Was it late 90s maybe?
Maybe.
First started, Grant and Mahara from Mythbusters was on it. Like the first season or something like that. But yeah, that's going again, and that's always fun to watch.
My son would like that because he bought with some birthday money. He bought this arena of these little bugs, like hex bugs or whatever, and you can put the little things on them, and you set them, and they just kind of move around and knock each other off there. And he'd probably love BattleBots.
I heard tonight's episode was a really good one. We haven't watched it yet, but it involves the BattleBot called Duck. It's just a wedge bot with like a little duck bill on the front of it.
Yeah.
You know the best one that they had on there? I mean, it wasn't the best robot, but the funniest one. Somebody took one of those ladybug sandbox things.
Yes.
And made a robot out of it.
Yeah, it was like the sandbox thing was like a trap that would come down. It was supposed to like trap the other bot inside with like a buzzsaw or something.
It's funny.
That's awesome.
They did one like maybe last season or the season before where it was a spinner one, but it was shaped like a hamburger. It did not do well.
What channel's that on?
Shoot, was it ABC? Maybe, or I have to look. I can't remember.
Well, so it's on TV. It's not necessarily streamable.
Like Hulu.
Okay.
You can watch it on Hulu.
I don't have Hulu. Can I use your Hulu login?
Oh yeah.
I don't have it.
We used to. But...
Well, there we go. I've been watching on the regular TV, America's Got Talent. I don't know why I watch that all the time. But...
Oh, Big Brother started this week too.
Oh.
I have to get caught up on that.
Ooh. Oh, Big Brother. Anyways, all right. Well, this is fun. I like revisiting the 90s.
Yes.
Discovery. Sorry, Discovery is where
Oh.
BattleBots is.
Oh, that's good. There you go.
Well, unless you got anything else. Until next time.
Till next time?
I can't talk tonight. Live from Massachusetts.
just sing it. Just sing it.
Until next time. This has been I Am Geek episode 108.